Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 steps to succeed in any business adventure, be properties, be business, normal businesses, corner shops, or maybe online businesses, being an influencer, whatever it is, okay? These 7 steps will get to you, not just to financial freedom, it gets you to financial independence, and guess what? Ultimately allow you to feel fulfilled and joy and happiness into your life. I'm not just talking about money here, I'm talking about success in general, okay? So the 7th step to succeed in any business adventure is number 1, fail. Fail big. You got to fail big. So what do I mean by that? In order for you to be successful, you need to be willing to make mistake and fail, right? Because in business or in life, I would say in business, you fail more than you succeed, right? Success rewards you more than the failures, because what the failures does, it allows you to learn from them and grow to another level. You fail, you make mistake, you learn, you go to the other level. You fail, you make mistake, you learn, you go to the other level, because it's like a step, okay? So when you fail, you're not actually losing, you're gaining, right? You're gaining because that's what makes you succeed. And if you look at the successful people, if they tell you how many businesses they've started before they've got one success business, some of them will be countless. I remember listening to an interview with the guy that co-founded Netflix, right? He told me about literally how many businesses he's literally started that was failures, basically. It's unbelievable. And then guess what? He hit one jackpot, Netflix. Today, almost 80% of the population, of the UK population, got Netflix in their houses. You know why? Because he did not give up. He failed, improved, moved on, failed, improved, and moved on, failed and improved and moved on. You literally be a success when you fail. So don't worry about that. Don't say I'm going to fail, I'm not going to achieve this, I'm not going to achieve that. Get yourself ready to fail in order to be successful. Second step to succeed in any business is basically buying appreciating assets, right? So you may be thinking, what do I mean by appreciating assets? Appreciating assets, you're buying an asset that would go up in value, right? That would go up in value. So it could be various assets, okay? It could be watches, classic watches, for example. Say watches like watches that you can literally buy and keep. Sometimes they go up in value. Or you could be gold. You can buy gold, you store it, it goes up in value. Or you could buy classic cars, for example. You can store them, and then obviously they go up in value. But for me, the most important one that I like the most, right, is properties, right? Here's why. Properties, I don't have to pay to store it. For example, if you've got gold, you have to pay to store it. It doesn't bring you income every time. Watch also, you have to pay to store it because it doesn't bring you income. And then obviously classic cars, you need to have a massive garage to actually store that cars. But when it comes to property, you don't pay to store it, right? You don't pay to store, you just buy it, it's there literally. You don't need to fence it, right? You don't need to do anything like, well, if you're in Africa, then probably you need to fence it. But in my country, actually, that's my country. I know my country. Sometimes they do the fencing. They have something we call compound, okay? But here, you don't have to fence it. The property is there, right? You don't have to store it. It's there for you. And the reason why I love properties is because you make money in 2 ways. I've been banging on this so many times. You make money by renting the property out, right? Get your tenants to pay for your debt, and you make money out of that. That's another massive benefit compared to gold and watches, because gold and watches, or say dividend, if you invest in companies, they don't give you a return, and they don't give you cash flow or monthly cash flow. Especially gold, classic cars and watches, they don't bring you income. You're storing them in the hope that they will go up in value. But with properties, right, you make money when you rent the property, and you make money when the property prices goes up as well, right? And the secret I've learned, guess what? All the millionaires and billionaires you see out there investing in stock and shares, in buying companies left, right, and center. Do you know where they store their money? They store their money in properties. They keep their money in properties. They buy real estate. Guess what? Because that's the only thing that can give them money, and it's guaranteed. Right? No matter what happens, even if property prices goes down, they still get the same rent. They're not going to say, okay, property prices has gone down, then the rent will go down as well. No. right? Properties, tenants are there, they're paying you rent every single month, regardless what the property condition is. And guess what? In average, property prices goes up by 7.5% in the UK as well. So you make money by renting the property out, and you make also money for when property prices goes up. And the third thing, or the third step to succeed in any business adventure is to reinvest. You may be wondering, what do I mean by reinvest, right? I'll give you an example. Suppose you bought a property. Let's say you don't have the money to buy the property, right? Let's say you don't have the money, but you invested in a property, you invested in a strategy called rent to service accommodation, for example. Say you rent the property up, and instead of renting it out to a normal tenant, you rent that property as a holiday let, or say you call it Airbnb for you to understand. Suppose you rent that property, and that property generates you in average, let's say about, let's worst case scenario, let's say it generates you £10,000 a year. So you got that £10,000 a year. Instead of spending that money to go on holiday, buying gifts, or taking an expensive flat, or literally doing the money with something that doesn't add value to you. So what you could do instead is to use that £10,000 to go and get yourself another rent to service accommodation property, right? That is what we call reinvesting back, right? You are delaying the gratification, okay? You're not using the money currently to kind of live a lavish life. That's what I did when I started, okay? When I had my rent-to-rent properties, I was making money, I was reinvesting. And I never changed my location, I never changed my house, I never changed my expenses. I go to the same restaurant, same supermarket. Until today, by the way, still go to the same supermarket, okay? I never changed my lifestyle, I kept it constant. I kept my life constant. So what I did basically, I reinvest. All my proceeds, I reinvest. Guess what? That's what makes me a property millionaire today, because I delayed the gratification. I did not go and get myself the most expensive car. For example, I remember when I had these properties, one day I looked at my account, I saw like a month, I saw £10,000. I was like, whoa, £10,000 a month, what do I do with this? Go on holiday? No, fuck that. I did not go on holiday. What I did, I reinvest the money back. Well, I reinvested, and now it has literally tripled. I can't even count how many times it has doubled. Okay, because I delayed the gratification and reinvested in it because I believed in what I was doing. So once you've got the money, you make profit. Do not upgrade your life. Continue living below your means, at least for 5 to 10 years. Okay, live below your means at least for 5 to 10 years. All you do, invest. Guess what? In 5 years' time, you look back and you realize, oh yeah, I'm a flipping multi-millionaire, okay? And I'm making about £20,000 to £25,000 a month. And that way then you could do whatever you want to do in life, right? You can literally enjoy life, and life will be absolutely amazing. You'll be able to go to church on time, right? You'll be able to go to the mosque on time, especially Friday prayers. You'll be able to go in time. And you'll be able to give back to your charity, and you'll be able to do so many stuff to people because you'll be impacting people positively. So the fifth thing, or the fifth step to be successful, is surrounding yourself with successful people. Now, what do I mean by this? If you look at your contact, your phone contact, for example, right? Or your Facebook contact, or your Instagram contact, or your close contacts, right? If they are not people that are successful, or people that are doing absolutely amazing, better than you, right? It's about time to find a better group. Or it's about time to find someone who does what you want to do. Because what happens basically, because there's something called law of attraction, right? If you attract people that are doing really well in life, guess what? Your life becomes better, right? If you're rubbing shoulders with people who are successful, you will be successful. Have you had that saying? If you hang around a lot in a barber shop, you will eventually get a haircut. So it's the same thing, right? When you surround yourself with successful people, guess what? Your life will transform. The life will change. And because you'll be learning from these people, you'll be educating from those people, literally you will be seeing all these golden nuggets that you wouldn't see if you're hanging around with people that are only worried about when next to go on holiday, when is the football match on, what series or movies are on Netflix, Amazon Prime, or when is the next trainers is going to come out, things like that. So if you're hanging around with these sort of people, It's about time to change your location. And again, this is very hard to say. If your family members, like where you live is old, they always have parties going on, maybe weddings, parties, naming ceremonies or baptism going, like if you've got a woman or if you're a woman, most of us, we only wear one dress per event. Imagine how many dresses you'll be buying for these events, right? So if you're in that situation, it's about time to find another location, okay? Or maybe find a way to separate yourself from those people, because it's very expensive, especially my tradition, okay? The women only wear a dress once in an event. They'll never wear that back, right? Imagine then, if you're going to 15 events a year, you're talking about 15 dresses, right? It's an expensive life. Maybe move away from that right now. I'm not saying cut off everyone, but only go to the ones that are very close and important to you. And then go there because you want to help, genuinely participate. Not going there to show off your nice, amazing dress or your nice, amazing suits, okay? That's not the way it works, okay? So separate yourself from that. Go only to the closest people to you and then generate your wealth. Once you become a millionaire or billionaire even, then you can afford to buy 40 dresses a year or maybe 100 dresses a year, because now you've got money working for you instead of you working for money. The sixth step to succeed in any business adventure, basically, don't invest in what you don't understand. What do I mean by that? Don't see people investing in cryptos, for example. You just jump on the bandwagon and start investing. You don't even know what you're doing. Don't see people buying cars or watches, investing in those, and then you just jump on it and start buying it. No, right? Invest in things that you know. Don't see someone buying a property. Oh, I'm going to buy a property as well. So it looks like that's one of the easiest ways to get money. No, educate yourself. Invest in yourself, understand what you want out of it before you start investing, okay? Do not invest in anything that you don't know. If you want to start your property investment journey, get someone who will guide you along the way. You can learn what someone literally experienced for 10 years in a day, right? And that will transform your life, and that will really, really help you take your life to the next level. So surround yourself with those successful people. Don't invest in what you don't know. Get someone to educate you, mentor you, coach you to take you to the next level. If you need help with that, I'll leave a link in the description below to book yourself for a free strategic call. The seventh step to succeed in any business is, you guess it right, to live below your means. What do I mean by this? If you're making money, right, if you're really, really making money, even if you're not making money, basically, let's suppose you're working now and you're trying to kind of store some money in order to invest, okay? Let's say you've got a pay rise at work. Let's say you got it's rare this to happen. Let's say you got 5% increase in your work and you're looking to save. So you've got that 5% increase, right? What most people do is to increase their expenses. Maybe they go and lease another car, or maybe go on holiday, or maybe move to another new expensive house. No. So what you do, right? You don't improve, you don't upgrade your lifestyle. That 5%, right? Add that into the money that you're storing, right? If you're gonna do anything, it's to downgrade yourself, okay? So do the opposite, right? It's to downgrade yourself, right? So that you can save more. If you're not saving 25% of your net income, right, you would work until you die. If you're not saving or you're not storing 25% of your income to invest, you would work until you die. Because you're literally not going to make money, right? Because you're actively working for the money. So if you don't work, you don't make money. So if you're storing that money and you reinvest, then you will stop relying on your employers and the government to support you. You won't be one of those who would go on the media and say maybe Sky News or BBC complaining about the government, how the government is doing this, how the government is doing that. Yes, you know why? Because you rely on them, right? If you don't rely on them, who give a F what the government does, right? If you're making your passive income, you've got your online business going, you've got your rent to service accommodation, you've got your buy, refurbish, refinance going, who give a F what the government does, right? Yeah, you can just continue doing what you're doing. You're not going to be one of those who's going to hold in plaques around, we need more pay, we need more pay, we need our salary increase. I'm not kind of diss anybody who's doing that, right? But you could do better, right? You could take your financial situation into your own hands instead of relying on the government to support you or your employers to increase your salary. So live below your means, always live below your means and save the difference, right? If you've got a husband who is demanding, right, tell him, listen, this is not the time. If you've got a wife who's demanding, say, hello, this is not the time. Let's save for now to invest in the future so we can live a lavish life. If you've got a boyfriend or girlfriend who's demanding, sit them down, tell them what your goals are, right? Tell them what your goals are so that you can live below your means, get that remaining balance, and guess what? Invest it in properties, because that's what gets you to financial freedom, right? Here's the thing. I would always advise you, right, to choose freedom over security. Choose to be free in the long run than to be secured for the short term. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing the next video.